over the weekend, you should have watched percent proportion notes. If you failed to do that, then you need to go outside if you are in school and watch those video notes to catch up. And then you will come back and watch these notes over percent proportions. Your assignment today, guided practice. This assignment is just a guided practice, so you will be just taking a picture of it and submitting. So there is no answer document for this assignment. So again, when we finish, you'll take a picture of it and submit, and you want to make sure that you have submitted your percent proportion notes from Friday. So with this assignment, we have broken it up into finding the part, finding the whole, and finding the percent. So I'm going to walk you through one, then we're going to go through one together, and then you're going to do one on your own. So when we have percent proportions, there's two ways that we can write our proportions, and one way is having the part. It means the same thing, there's just different words for it. So part over whole, so find a space to write this, please, equals percent over 100. So we can decide what was the part, what was the whole, and put those in its correct spots. Often when we are reading percent proportion problems and word problems or expressions, we have these words called is over of, or we have the words is and the words of, and so this is how we would write it in the ratio: is over of, and then of course equals a percent over 100. That 100 is always going to be on the bottom because a percent is out of 100, so that's why that's there. So when we are finding the part, this is what it looks like. So we have 82%. So I always like to make notes. So this is my percent. And it says the word of. So this is my of 50. So here we're finding the part. So remember, part is on the top of the ratio. So that means my x. If I'm finding the part, that part is your x variable. So that goes on top. Also using words, this is of, and if you notice, of goes on the bottom of the ratio, so 50 would go on the bottom, equals 82 because that's your percent over 100. And then we cross multiply, and we have 100x equals 82 times 50. Okay, so we're going to go off to the side and multiply this. 82 times 50. 0 times 2 is 0, and 0 times 8 is 0. Then we have 0 on the bottom. 5 times 2 is 10, and 5 times 8 is 40, plus 1 is 41. Okay, so 0 plus 0 is 0. 8 plus 0 is 8. 1, 4. So now we have 100x equals 4,180. Then we have one more step. This is just a one-step equation. So 100x means divide by 100 and divide by 100. And that just leaves us with our x variable equals 4180 divided by 100. 100 goes into 418 4 times. 4 times 100 is 400. Okay, and then 418 minus 400 is 18. Bring your 0 down, and 100 goes into 180 one time, minus 100. 180 minus 100 is 80, so we're going to add our decimal 0. Bring our decimal straight down. Bring your your 0 straight down and your decimal straight up. And 100 goes into 800 8 times. So our answer is 41.8. I'm going to write that up here a little bit bigger. 41.8 is what x equals. Now let's box our answer. Okay, so Again, this is our percent. This says of 66, so this is our of. Okay, I'm going to press pause, or I'm going to need you to press pause, and then set up the proportion, and then press play, and we will solve it together. Okay, so to check, you should have x over 66 equals 31 over 100. Okay, so then at this point, we cross multiply. We have 100x equals the other diagonal, 66 times 31. Okay, so let's go off to the side again. 66 times 31. We have 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 6 is 6. We have a 0. 3 times 6 is 18. And then 3 times 6 is 18 plus 1 is 19. 6 plus 0 is 6. 6 plus 8 is 14. 9 plus 1 is 10. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So we have 100x equals 2046. Okay, what do we do next? What is our next step here? 100x equals 2046. This is an equation. What's next? If you said division, you are correct. What are we dividing by? If you said we are dividing by 100, you are correct. We can draw our line through the equal sign. And x equals, let's set up our division. Okay, so we have 100 dividing into 204, that's twice, minus 200, 4 left over. Let's bring our 6 down. 100 does not go into 46, so we have to put a 0 right here, and then we need to add a decimal 0 and bring it down. Okay, so then 100 goes into 460 4 times, minus 400. 460 minus 400 is 60. Add another 0 and bring it down. And it goes in 6 times. Minus 600 is 0. So it looks like we have 20.46 is our answer. Okay, I want you to set up number 3 and solve it on your own. So you're going to set up your proportion and you're going to solve it, and then you are going to press play when you have finished. Okay, so just to spot check, you should have 100x equals 50 times 600. Go ahead and press pause and continue doing your multiplication and your division. Okay, so you should have gotten that x is 300. Once we got to this 0 right here on our division, you still had to keep going because we had another 0 under here. So if you did not get 300, go ahead and press pause and check for your mistakes. And then that's the end of this video, and we're going to go to the next